The Chapter 3 finale event is happening soon, with Fortnite having announced the upcoming Fracture event, meaning we will soon be saying goodbye to the Chapter 3 island Artemis. Back in Chapter 2, Imaginary and I did a livestream over on Twitch as we took a good last look at the island, talking about each location and the memories we had over the seasons. Now we're doing that yet again as we go over most of Artemis one last time and talk about our fond memories of each POI. So to kick things off, we are not beginning... Well, I guess this can kind of be considered all of Sanctuary in one go, but this is where it all began, at Chapter 3, on the very
That's very
beginning.
true, yes.
Like, I think it was, like, this very spot here was where, like, the cinematic starts.
We woke up from a nice dream, you know, we just, like, woke up and we're like, oh, time to skedaddle, let's start a new chapter, here we go.
Yeah, we walked all the way up here, and this is the infamous moment where we spoke with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and all the Battle Pass characters, and like I really loved that intro. That intro was amazing.
Yeah, it was. The very nice cinematic shot of the Reality Zero as it was panning out of the island. But yeah, we just sat right here. He was sitting on the rock because, you know, rock reasons. And yeah, this is when we took some time to, process things. What was our plan for the rest of the chapter? One of the things he mentioned was that we was going to defeat the Imagined Order, which is already checked off, and now we're going to
Who knows?
I guess, who knows, encounter the last reality like he mentions. God knows what will happen.
It was pretty clever how you couldn't see any of the island at the start, because
Yeah, it was all very foggy.
we were here, there was literally like nothing there or anything around it, and then a reveal of the island, and I think that was really cool. I go back and watch that clip all the time.
Really dug into it. So yeah, this is good old the Jonesies, or formerly known now as Fort Jonesy. This is where good old all the Jonesies gathered. I find it a little hilarious how they managed to get their own POI, a POI fully dedicated to the Jonesies, which none of us ever thought about. But it's a nice jungle vibe to it, I will admit. There's a very wild feeling going on with it. Like, it's not, there's many different like, not really houses, but like, I guess you can call houses. They're like many forts to explore with like many bridges leading to one another. So it's very like, what's the word for it?
Simple.
Well, I wouldn't say simple. It's got a very complex design to it.
Well, yeah, now it does.
But yeah, not my favorite POI, but
It was
it's still right to.
Yeah, it was a nice.
It's still right to hang around.
Yeah.
It's got little things to mess around with. We got a bunch of zip lines. We got a bunch of bridges to walk across. It's got a little more. It's got something to, make yourself move. And the loot pool in this area was not that bad either. Yeah.
We've definitely dropped here quite a few times and had a few moments.
It's a very
here.
it's a very wacky POI to say the least.
Definitely.
It's a bit wacky.
I think one moment that sticks out the most to me was when the quad crashes were here. Oh, you're being shot
Very
at.
true.
Oh, what?
Oh, look, it's Agent Jonesy. Hey, mate, do you want to skedaddle?
Oh, is she shooting?
Oh,
shooting
hello.
the
Oh. Are you satisfied now, Agent Jonesy? Where has he gone? And yeah, of course, and Agent Jonesy's here as well. Pretty much the main, I guess, character of the whole storyline in a way. Well, I mean, that would be the island itself, but still, he's one of the main boys. And of course, we'll be seeing more of him very soon. So yeah, overall, pretty good POI. Pretty good.
I've enjoyed this spot.
Yeah.
I kind of feel the same way about it. I feel like it didn't really change a whole lot. Like, I think Fort Jonesy was the biggest change for it.
Yeah, the name.
Yeah, the name change and like the look of it, but it's kind of stayed the same for the most part. Yeah, I can't really remember how this place looked when it first was here. Like, it was very tiny in comparison now. I think the change to this place was pretty substantial.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was the
Yeah, I agree.
Was the underground bits like always here as well, or was it just a dip in and then...
I believe the underground bits started developing since the third season of this chapter with, you know, the whole Indiana Jones situation. I mean, maybe there was a bit of underground bits to it, but it kind of expanded beyond that when it came to the whole, you know, exploration temple quests, whatever you want to call them.
It's
but yeah,
a very nice
overall,
temple.
yeah, it was quite a nice temple. I'm just very surprised that literally half of it is now chrome, as you can see. So,
it's all chromed.
Yeah, it's got a nice...
The section where the boulder and all that was is no longer there. It's been chromed in. That's I didn't like that. I mean, I liked doing it when I didn't have to do it for the challenge, but like so many times people would like grief that section just to stop anyone getting in.
Very true. Yeah.
It was something. It was something. But
yeah, the style of this temple is really nice because it's like a cross between Coral Castle, but it's like outside of water.
Yeah.
The texture of it is really it's something I can really dig into. So. Yeah, once again, not a bad POI. I'd rather, like, normally I stick to more, like, safer and, like, less open POIs, but it has, like, a good advantage, and it did have a good advantage to, like, you know, get a few eliminations at the start of, like, you know, each game that a lot of us have been through, but...
This is where I got my solo win for this season as well, actually.
There you go.
Right over... Where was it now? I'm trying to recall because of the storm. Was this so... Wait, did this zone change in design each game? No, never mind. I was here. I was kind of stuck in this corner here for a bit. It's not seen in the footage, but I was like stuck in this corner. And there were people all around me, and I don't know how I survived, because like I was in the open, like 4 people were fighting here, they all died, and then I followed the grapple guy all the way into, he went down here to try and hide and heal, and then I ran down here and we had a shotgun shoot him up here, and it was this moment right here where I got the solo in this season.
Oh wow. Underground as well.
Yep. Just doing that
God,
so I can get rid of
to think you had a very small zone, apparently.
Yeah, it was getting pretty tight. Also, here we're at Cloudy Condos.
Yes,
which has had a significant change in this season. It's all floating.
Yeah, it sure has. I really miss. I personally kind of miss it being on the ground because you know it was very much grounded.
Yeah, very. We've been here a lot, haven't we? I've definitely been here a lot. This is probably one of the best locations to do your destroy structures challenge because you'd go over to Chonkers, buy the cow catcher thing, and then just drive into the buildings over here. But you
what I really liked was the very convenient hotel they have with like the gym and the nice vibe to it. It was really nice. So yeah, like the whole desert biome as well. Like it really fits into it, and I have to agree with you. Honestly, this is like one of the best like locations to ever visit. And the good old lighthouse there too. Do I remember there? Yeah, there was a lighthouse. But that was in a completely different spot. Yes, there was. During the first season as well. It was always there. But I don't think it was with Cloudy.
Is it wait? Is that the Shiny Sound like lighthouse? Well, I guess we'll see when we get there, but I don't remember that being there.
But yeah, I had a lot going on here. A lot of shops to visit. I had a lot of activity going on. So besides the last two that we were just talking about, there's more going on, which is nice.
Yeah.
And that's the type of VOIs that we love exploring. And because the more you have to look at and to discover, the better it gets. But it's not the end.
And it was right over there where that like chrome wall is where the staircase was, where my game crashed. I still remember that.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah, and of course the little Colosseum on our left here is obviously now all chromazized into hexagon havoc.
Hexatrasolist. I barely came to
Yeah.
this Colosseum, to be honest. Was it supposed to be similar to the Colosseum from Chapter 2, or different one?
Yes, I believe it was supposed to be similar for the one from Chapter 2, Season 5. Yes, yes, yes. But I think it had like a bit of a different style to it, a bit of different, like a different shape, you know.
Yeah.
But now it's absolutely messed up.
It's gone. It's just
Yes, it's
chrome.
gone. Other than the two llamas there up front, but they're just minding their own business. Get ready for a foot race. Here we go.
Off we go.
Come on, baby. 1/3. Go, 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 go. Haha. See ya.
I was gonna be like, oh, we can't progress anymore. Don't get that wolf ruined it. Joke's on you, I made it over.
What the? Oh, no, it can't be. It's Slumby. Come on, baby. Guys, so close. Right, that's it. You've activated my trap card. Super mandatory speed.
That's cheating.
No, bro. Wait, I've got an idea. Whee! Oh, quick, I've got a land before he wins. I've got a land.
You can't do that, it's cheating. Yeah.
Even the fireworks go off.
Chonkers Speedway is a pretty nice POI.
It's a good way to race on your segways.
Drive on your UFOs.
And even skedaddle. Okay.
I didn't come here all the time, but I'd say this was a pretty fun POI. It was nice.
Yeah,
We've had a few races around the track.
Yeah, had a pretty good racetrack, I will admit. I did miss the whole, like, you know, racetrack POIs to the island. So I'm glad they brought back another one of these. Honestly, Chonkers Speedway is top notch. And yeah, I normally like to come here a lot, to be fair. And it has not that bad loot, to be fair. Normally, they've got the best loot on the sides of the track here, where all these chests are. But other than that, it's a good way to, you know, race with your friends. It's got a nice smooth track, that's for sure. And pretty decent style to it, I will admit.
Not doing this again.
Okay, Synapse Station, which was a location that's part of this group called the Seven. So for obvious reasons, the Seven was playing a huge part in the storyline for this chapter, and we'll probably have a bit more in the upcoming, you know, special event. But
This
it had a
came
pretty big
in season 2, season 2, wasn't it?
Yes. So Synapse Station, this is where our good old pal, the scientist, was like mostly at studying this battle bus, which was, I don't think it was ever used, but we never know. But yeah,
I mean,
Synapse.
I guess this is the test model, but they got used because we did have the battle buses.
Oh, okay, so I guess you can call it the test model, but yeah. I will admit, this whole area has a nice vibe to it. I love the, a bit similar to, you know, a bit similar to, what's the word? Sanctuary, as it was previously called, because it had a lot of, you know, garden vibe to it. It had a lot of growing in it too, you know? There's more life to it. There's more, you know, it has a nice vibe. I like it when it's very futuristic and a bit of naturistic here put into it. So yeah, overall, especially this area over here with like the whole palm trees and all that, it had a nice feeling to it. I forgot there was a mine there. But yeah, there was a mine here also for. I don't think it. Yeah, it is kind of connected with Synapse Station, but if we have a look inside here, we'll have a little look-see. Let's follow the track, Slummy, and see where it takes. and see where it takes you. It is like, even though it's not one of my best POIs that I've gone to, I normally go there a lot for some reason. I think it's mainly because it's one of the closest, like POIs that drag more attention in a way, but sometimes, I guess, depending where the battle bus, comes from, it's usually one of the first places that I drop on. But yeah, overall, pretty good scenery.
This is a pretty big story-based POI as well, because this got
definitely
built. I think this got built after, because in end of season 1, the 7 base that was in the middle of the map got completely destroyed, didn't it? By the drills. And then
that is very true.
And then they built this at the start of season 2. And then this is where the live event started as well. We crash landed here.
Very true. Very, very true.
Alright, so we're at the Flutter Barn now, which was just the Butter Barn a few seasons ago. Like, I kind of liked visiting this spot, and I'm kind of happy it stuck with the Neo-tilted version afterwards, because I was pretty excited when I found out that some of these POIs were going to turn into Neo-tilted versions, because I didn't get to experience that. I wasn't there for that part of Chapter 1. Like,
oh yeah,
I 100% regret it, because that season had a lot of stuff that would have been my shtick.
Yeah, I thoroughly agree. Like, I'm really glad they brought back the whole, like, neon vibe to this point of interest. Or at least a big, decent chunk of it. Obviously, it's not the whole exact POI that we had for Neo Tilted, but with everything that's going on right now, it did bring back some nice little memories along the way. So I'm definitely grateful for that. And of course, good old Flutter Barn. We'll have to see where that is. It's somewhere here. But yeah, they've got Butter Barn here as well somewhere, which I will admit,
This is where Butter Barn was, but now it's Neo.
Oh, there you go then. Oh, I get it. Okay. This POI, like, has a lot of jumping into it.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean, because like
you got all the bouncy bouncers, the balloons here you can bounce on.
It's not all in one spot. And the air ducts too.
What are you doing?
Hey Liam, real quick. Anyway, next POI, let's go.
Oh, perfect. The lads are here.
Oh, brilliant.
The clan, the group's here.
Oh, they're watching a movie. Oh my god, you can edit like the video in the background. You never know.
So that means we need to
sit down. Yes. Good old Rocky Reels. Where we got all the Rocky music. No, I'm joking. This is actually the place where people would come in their vehicles to watch some movies on their nice little movie nights, even though there hasn't really been any movies going on. So all of us are just
anything playing here?
I don't think so. No. The only time that I recall there being any movies in Risky or Rocky Reels was back in the previous chapter, but never in this chapter.
I do
Overall,
remember. Was it Chapter 1 that had the Wreck-It Ralph crossover?
Yes.
Yeah. Which led to nothing.
Yeah. Like Wreck-It Ralph appeared on the screen for a moment, but then just went off.
Yeah.
Which kind of... it's like, thinking back at it, it's like, if we saw that nowadays, we'd think it would be a skin. But yeah. And the email would be, I'm gonna wreck it. But overall, not a bad POI, I will say. Once again, a very open POI and like not the safest to be in when it comes to being the first to land in. And there's no movie, so we're just constantly watching a movie called White Screen.
You
And
sure
yeah, we've got
about
the
that?
boys
'Cause,
here
like,
too. And yeah, let's give like a quick shout out to these boys over here. The 7 hench, whatever her name is.
The 7 henchmen. Well, I mean, technically there's 7 of us right now, when us 2 are here. But these are just... I don't know.
Shadow and Ghost.
What are they? What's the group called? I don't remember, but they've got Svenja, the new addition.
Yes.
The new addition, the female of the group. The new addition.
We've got Shadow here. Oh, wait, no, that's an IO agent.
That's the Order Remnant.
Yeah, and we got Shadow Mate here, Ghost,
and
a good old Last Reality Alien right here.
Yeah.
From my favourite season of the previous chapter. Ain't that right, buddy? No?
I
Okay,
really
right.
hope that... Because obviously this whole thing started in chapter 2. I really hope these guys like come with us in chapter 4 and their group just gets bigger and bigger.
I know, I would love to see that. They should be called the 5. No?
The
Okay.
5.
Right.
They become the new 7 when the 7 dies.
Yeah.
But this is a POI that we've been to quite a lot.
Yeah, like, once again, there's a lot going on in this one, and I do really enjoy the, like, village town POIs. So I rate this a nice... I rate this a nice... Never mind.
It was 10 on my
Overall,
screen for a second.
Oh, it was 10?
It was free and then 10. But yeah, we've had some pretty good moments here, like... What I can recall is the moment when Heavy was my skin, and we had that, like, imposter off.
Yeah.
There was the moment, like, last season when the Looney Tunes moment. That was
Yeah, true. And of course, good old tacos. Good old restaurant over there. Probably not going to be in use for much longer because the freaking mushroom underneath it.
Yeah, how's anyone supposed to get in there? I mean, I know like half of it's like on the ground, I guess, but I think the change this place was interesting, but it's, I don't know. I kind of liked it a bit more when it was not as mushroomy.
And apparently this is all meant to be croned very soon.
Oh.
Because of the, if you recall the Battle Pass gameplay trailer,
Yeah.
there was a moment where you saw tacos all like infected with chrome.
Oh.
So, if I'm correct, that should be what's going on here. But yeah, overall, Greasy Grove.
Because I mean, this has been the last update of the season, unless maybe maybe it might be a case of like what happened last chapter, where like the last week every day it got worse.
Yeah. But yeah, also, and Greasy Grove can now finally really live up to its name. You know why? Because look how bloody greasy it looks.
Yeah. Last season, this was definitely one of my favourite spots, and you could definitely tell from the video as well how it was in the outro, the intro that I did in episode 6. It was fun.
I love the little slide head movement when you say 6. Do that again.
6.
But yeah, I totally agree. I think it looked kind of better in the last season. I mean, it looks awesome now, but
I do miss the look of the tree and the leaves and all
I know, it was so beautiful and it was so naturistic. This was definitely one of the most interesting POIs ever in Chapter 3. And honestly, I think it's safe to say that this is definitely probably I predict it could be my second favourite, if not my favourite out of the whole chapter. Because it had a lot going on, there was a lot of transformation. Now look at it, it's become a freaking temple of hexagons. And this is most likely where the...
Yeah, we'll see.
I've got my eye on you, sunshine. Anyway, yeah, and I predict this is where a big majority of the chapter finale event will take place.
And people are speculating because the ship and the blimp are together, and it seems like some buildings are heading towards Sanctuary. We might spawn there, but we'll have to see.
Oh, where's that? Just mark that.
Sanctuary.
Is that Sanctuary?
Because the ship and the blimp are there together now.
And
they
true.
They are facing the reality tree.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. So yeah, it could either be here that we spawn, or if you want to be even more safe, we spawn over there's the blimp and the ship, which will give us a nice view, direct view the tree, and we'll see all it go down. But yeah, overall, it had a nice adventurous feeling to it. There was so much to explore. There were some nice caves to go through, and of course some little huts over there from behind. A lot of mushrooms, which are now not blue mushrooms anymore. They're a bit greasy. But yeah,
it's turned into more of like an autumn zone, really. Yeah.
Yeah, true. It's gone from like a very spring to autumn, and it's not very beautiful. It's more very spooky. The poor tree.
Yeah.
It's like a mix of wooden hands. Look.
Definitely one of the biggest changes to the map last season. Then like I do kind of miss Camp Cuddle and when that was here and that kind of section.
Yeah.
That's completely gone now.
Yeah, and of course this is where the big disco place happened during Fortnite Maze of this year. We were all dancing about. We were maniacally laughing all the time, and we had lots of wait, what the hell? Hey! Drop it! No, get down! Well, that seals the deal, doesn't it? But yeah, here we are at the Rave Cave. There is a lot going on, as you can see. A lot has been going on throughout the past. A lot has been going on throughout the just like karma stuttering. A lot has been going on throughout the past few seasons with this point of interest. It wasn't even called Rave Cave. It was called
It started as Covert Cavern, then it was Command Cavern, then Rave Cave.
Yeah. So, first of all, I will say, from what I can see, I think this might be my favourite POI. Well, now at least, of what it is, because, well, actually, well, especially during last season, for a few reasons. One, they added one of my most highly anticipated requests for there to ever be in Fortnite. A freaking baller roller coaster, or just a roller coaster in general. But like next to Raptors, this was like by far one of the biggest like things I wanted there to be in Fortnite. But I was so disappointed they did not make this thing at least rideable in this season, you know?
Yeah.
They could have at least added like some ballers that didn't really come off the track, but
I've definitely felt like this POI doesn't really get visited all that much. Like I've barely come here this season, and I've not really seen many people come here.
How good it looks!
Yeah, it looks great, but I think, like you said, just the fact you can't ride the coaster anymore. It's a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah. But yeah, like the whole aspect of it, the whole genre and concept that goes into it was really well done, and of course, before the whole IO thing, this was just a mountain, Yeah. And then after the whole IO thing, it became a nice peaceful area, which was nice.
Went from mountain to the Grotto 2 to Vibeland.
And I remember last season where we were having fun, riding on the roller coaster, like us in ballers, all going together. That was hilarious. But yeah, hands down, one of the most fun POIs ever. One of the best. There's so much to explore. There's lots of details as well to, discover and to just get a good eye at,
Can't forget the big little team leader head at the very tippy top.
Oh yes, that's very true. Where you'd normally get on the ride to start. So yeah, this track isn't even in the start of it. It's all the way up here.
I mean, technically, down that building down there was the start.
Oh yeah, true. Excuse me. That was the main entrance.
Where do we start? But I have a bit of a Mandela effect with this shot here now, because for whatever reason, because this was like the shot in episode 5. Was it 5? No, 6. 6.
Yeah.
I'm losing fucking track. Where we saw the tornado again.
That's true.
That's one thing I'm disappointed about this chapter, is the extreme weather. We had that come and go for no reason. I thought it would stay. Like the lightning clouds have were here for like a week, and then they've just been gone. But like, we looked here and we saw the tornado was back, and we were like, oh shit. But for whatever reason, I swear I was here and I could see Sanctuary. Like from this way, but it's more of a Mandela effect. Of like what I think isn't true, but of course we were looking at Greasy.
That's funny. Yeah, you had a really funny story at this point of the map. Oh dear. Yeah, and that was good old Rave Cave.
Good old Rave Cave. I do like this spot. It's just a shame that people don't really come here anymore. All that much.
Yeah. I miss riding the roller coaster. I'm gonna miss like riding on this. And you know what? I just realised that's meant to. I just realised that thing there's meant to represent Peely.
You only just noticed that now.
Yeah, I only just noticed that.
We're in Chromejam, and this is where the latest endeavours from Tilt's No Sweat Insurance Building is doing its thing and trying to save something from this location, I guess. But
that's very true. Yes.
But what is there to save from this place? I guess maybe this building because it's not chromed.
I suppose, yeah. So yeah, as you can see, this place has been more of like a Wild West themed sort of area.
Yeah.
Not really the most hyper location, other than the fact it got affected by Chrome, but. I
do miss original Log Jam.
Yeah, I will admit it was fun while it lasted. This Herald is really doing some crazy right now, but
translation. This was the spot where I would do that boat glitch. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
When you could just like get into the boat, fire, get out, get back in. It was like it would chop the timer off completely, so you could just fire again. That's how you do the destroy wood or destroy trees milestone quickly, because the wood like piles that were here, they'd count as trees, so it'd go towards it.
Yes.
Pretty fun location. We've been here a fair few times. Not so much now, but yeah. Grim Gabels, which was before Shifty Shifts, which I miss Shifty. It was such a... I guess it was because of Fortnite Nightmares, obviously, but it was such a sudden change. It was just like, boop, new location.
I will admit, yeah, it was a very, very sudden change. Like, it just, like, in a snap, it all went down to this new POI. But I will admit, it's not a bad-looking area, to say the least. Like, for Fortnite Nightmares, this is, like, a perfect point of interest for it.
Yeah.
And, you know, the mansion in general had a lot of, like, nice interior involved in it.
Yeah, I do miss Shifty. This was a good spot for doing the... Oh, which one was it? Like, the open chest milestone, because you could come here, specifically to this entrance. There'd be a lot of chests around here, and then you'd go into Shifty, and there's a fuckload of chests there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and the ritual basement that was placed underneath it was a very hectic sight. I will say that when I discovered it myself, I was like, what the bloody hell's going on?
Sleepy sound, which is now shiny sound. We've been here loads of times.
Yeah, really. Honestly, this is like probably the most times we've been here was definitely like this location was the most times we dropped him. That's for sure.
And every time you'd say, "I'm feeling a bit sleepy."
Exactly. Yes, I'm feeling a little bit sleepy, but now I'm saying I'm feeling a bit shiny. So that can all change now. But
of course,
let me just say, I think this might be my. Can I say this is my favourite POI? I mean, what I like about it, there is just so much going on. You got a full like motel over there. Is it a motel? I think so.
Yeah, it's more like a mini motel. You got the Homs.
Got fish. We had the return of Fish Sticks restaurant in a way. Got good old Coral Castle, which is now Chrome Castle, if you could say that. I
do miss the town area here. Like, still not much of a fan of the Coral Castle like section here. And the lighthouse. It was the one over at Condo.
Yeah.
It moved all the way there.
But yeah, like overall, I really enjoyed landing here. Like, to be fair, I sometimes land here like when I'm in solo, just to kind of get away from all the chaos that's been happening in other more populated POIs. Because like I can get like a few eliminations and all, but only a very small amount. But that's a good thing because I wouldn't want to have to deal with so much, you know, heck going on. So it's kind of a good way to get away from all that for once and kind of just explore for a bit, you know, and just it's a very like chill location, you know. There's a lot to like talk about.
One good memory I had with this place is when this place got completely ransacked by the recruits.
Yeah, true.
If you remember that.
Yeah.
When we spawned in like 300 recruits and then just when we landed
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And just, yeah, this place got decimated. That's all I can say.
What I really miss about this point of interest was this point over here that used to become like a nice street of houses. Really nice looking houses, by the way. Really nice looking houses.
Yeah.
And I always loved landing there, but I just missed them so much. They were just, it was a nice neighborhood to land in. But look at it now. Coral! But,
Coral Chrome. Coral Chrome.
Coral Chrome.
Two of your worst things combined now. Coral was alright, but yeah.
Yeah. I will admit. But still, I very much miss what it first looks like beforehand, you know.
I think I would have preferred if this was the area that stuck as neo-tilted. Because it looked really fucking nice, yeah.
Okay.
Because I only saw it a few times when this area was the neo-tilted version. I was like, that looks really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah, it's not. Was there anything else I wanted to say? Yeah, I just find it so funny how like even the motel here is having a bit of a layer up from when it was usually grounded on. You know, you can see all these like scales here, trying to lift it up the ground. The reason why you're seeing all of these is because they're trying to get away from getting infected of the chrome. So, oh yeah, and of course the swimming pool over here, which is quite nice. You can just have a bit of a swim in it, and there's even a playground next to it, which is quite nice. Not what you'd normally see. And also the duck there is the lifeguard. Just been doing his job since God knows when. Unless he's always been the lifeguard. But he's no longer the lifeguard because Lummy killed him.
Right.
Yeah.
Lustrous Lagoon, which used to be the Daily Bugle for like 2.5 seasons. That lasted quite a long time, Jesus. Like, I think people were expecting it to be just like Daily Bugle for 1 season.
Hello.
It was an interesting like sudden change.
Yeah. I will admit, a lot has happened here. Started off as like freaking Daily Bugle, freaking Spider-Man collab, and now it's become a freaking play area of pirates.
Yeah.
You know?
Miniature Sea of Thieves. We had it was Daily Bugle, then we had it in season 2, which then I remember randomly the flags changed to like the Midas flag or something like that, which was a mistake, or like the ghost flag, which wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Or was it a teaser all along?
Look slowly at my sniper. Now walk slowly. Oh.
This has to be an area that I've come to less now.
Yeah.
We've had some good memories here, like Spider-Nary and all that.
Spider-Nary, I am so ordinary. Hit it.
I've forgotten how it goes.
The freaking head movements. It's like everything paused for a moment. There's just like a slight head movement.
Not my favourite area, but it's a pretty nice place, though.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Welcome everyone to Chrome Crossroads. As you can see, it's got a nice plaza vibe to it, I will admit. You've got the garden centre, you've got
that place, and that place, and that place, and the gas station.
And yeah, we've got stuff for these nuts, and
Little whip.
Little whip. Ooh, a little whip these nuts, right? So, it's unfortunate because a lot of the houses seem to be covered in chrome now, so I didn't really do a good job trying to protect them, but it is what it is. But yeah, before all of this happened, it was
Pretty nice.
I'd say what it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. I did really like the garden centre, to be fair. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was very alive.
It was a pretty nice area. We've been here a lot.
Relatively small, so it's not really much to kind of go over. But I will admit, I barely went to freaking Little Whip.
Same. I mean, I'd pass by it and sometimes like go in a bit to get some shield rooms, but
yeah.
Over here, the house.
I do like ice cream.
Over here, what is this? Books and what is it?
This is Books and Nibbles.
This is where the UFO incident happened.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So what have we got here, Lummy?
Well, as we can see, this is now the Herald Sanctum, completely decimating what was left of the sanctuary. I mean, we got some surviving places, like the buildings over there, but it's completely fucked up with chrome, and it's a shame, because this bit here, where the building was for Sanctuary, this was the first dropping point for me for Chapter 3.
Yeah, and look at it now, it's become a full-on palace for the good old Herald.
And of course, we can't forget moment of silence for the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson statue.
Oh yeah.
Only lasted, well, like, half of it only lasted one season.
Yeah.
And since then, it's been painted over, it's now been chromed.
I feel like there were so many missed opportunities for this, like, statue, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it would be hilarious if, the robot from the collision event was going to use its legs.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. Or if the statue was a robot, plot twist. But, no, it was just smashed into two.
Here, the door to whatever's behind here is the only thing that hasn't been chromed. So, you know, people are speculating, like, could we go in there? Maybe for the event? And
most definitely. This cannot go to waste. After a whole chapter, if we do not see this freaking door open, it will be a waste.
It's a similar
what the hell's that crow doing? He was bouncing on the umbrella behind you for a moment.
It's a similar thing to what happened in Chapter 2 with the bunker door, which then ended up being a bit disappointing in the end because it was just the IO base.
Yeah, true. So hopefully there's going to be some sort of big reveal in here.
She is here. The Herald herself has been like chilling and dancing around the orb of orbness this whole season. But the thing is, I know the Herald is just a herald for the last reality, so like technically she's up like a lower. Well, I don't know. She's done more damage than about the same damage the Q Queen did last chapter, but what I like about the Herald a bit more is that she's actually doing something.
Yeah, true.
And that you can actually fight her. Take that.
What the hell?
Wait.
Take the launch pad. Wait, hold on a minute.
I was hoping to get like.
She trapped. She trapped. Oh, Lummy. Look what you've done. She's trapped in the mess.
Good. Oh no. She's free.
Ooh.
Take that. We just saved the island.
Yeah, no more fracture.
Tainted Towers, now known as Tainted Towers. This was interesting POI for me because obviously I don't have as much of an attachment to Tilted as you would do. But I would be lying if I said that I wasn't excited to see it myself. Especially during season 1 when it was covered in snow and all that. Like, that was cool. Like, I really liked that.
Yeah.
Like, the wait for it to get melted away and come back, that was a fun time. And of course, when it came back, you try and come here and your entire, like, reticle got, like, filled up with lighting. It was like, oh, fucking hell, the entire lobby's here.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder,
I agree,
I wonder if there's ever been a point in Fortnite history when the entire lobby has gone to one place on the map.
Well, yeah, obviously that has. Lots of times. So yeah, for obvious reasons, this is where, like, normally where everyone lands. So it's not like a POI I'd always land on. Normally, if I'm risking myself, I go here. If I'm not risking myself, I don't go here, and I just go over to Sleepy instead. But yeah, the buildings are nice. It has like a nice redesign, especially with the textures and all that. Made a nice comeback, and yeah, had a lot of activity, that's for sure. All right, well, here we are at the place where normally every single action kicks off, higher than everyone's expectations. We've had good old Loot Lake as a return, and here it is, back in all its glory, but in a completely different shape. Yeah, it reborn in a very unique way, to be fair, and of course the house is back. Look at it, it's all there.
Yeah, this house was from Chapter 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes, it sure was. It sure was, and
It
had
just
a
sort
very
of came
big,
back out of nowhere.
the big redesign, a big retexture, and of course we have one of the biggest surprises ever in this point of interest, the Collider, which I thought was a really effing good POI for, like, you know, a machine. Because, and like, I wasn't even surprised that it was put here in Loot Lake, because that's when normally all of the events take place, literally at the center of the island.
I was about to say, it was really cool to see it like shoot off into the sky, and then I looked up. Do you see that too?
Yeah, the rift.
Yeah, I did not know that was there.
Oh yeah, that's been there since the beginning of the season. So I think Fracture is going to be something to do with that rift in the sky.
Maybe. Oh, I never noticed that.
That's, yeah, and apparently it's even right above the Loot Lake, I assume, maybe.
Yeah, I mean the 0 point's over there.
So yeah, it is above the 0 point. So I assume this rift is going to expand somehow. But yeah, overall, I'm honestly really glad this point of interest made a return. And there was a lot of activities to do here, a lot of like little fun stuff to do. Like maybe there was a bit of races going on for the boats and all that.
Yeah.
You know, I had a lot of it was a very fun POI, I will admit. Very open, had a nice scenery. It was really freaking fun. Especially the Collider. Honestly, that was absolutely well done. Well done.
Yeah, I'm surprised I never noticed that rift up there.
Let's shoot it. Never mind. Oh wait, there's two rifts.
Is there?
There's one there, and there's one there. Look where I'm shooting.
Oh
one
shit,
here,
there is.
and there's one there. I just noticed that too. There's freaking two rifts.
Wow. Okay.
So it's like a little side note. This is where the fortress was at season 2 with the big old drill, but now it's become what's the name of this area here called?
I forget.
Something beside fortress, that's for sure. But yeah, this is when the big drill came out. It was like the main drill of the whole like season of like a simulation. No, it's not a simulation. Resistance. That's freaking a simulation. Yeah, it's got nice decorations put into it. I like the lights, how they're all connected. Very nice. Yeah.
It was a pretty nice spot. Been here a lot, especially to take the tanks and fight the IO and all that.
Yeah, the tanks were really cool. Yeah.
Haven't been here all that much since then,
Like,
really.
Like, as soon as I entered those tanks, like, a lot of freaking high metal music just kept kicking into my mind, like, just bah, 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 bah. But yeah.
And of course, much like how we ended off last chapter, we ended off on a nice shot of the highest point. Well, I guess this is the highest point now. It would have been over there somewhere, but now here, this is the highest point.
Indeed, indeed.
We're just soaking it all in, because I'll be saying bye to this place soon and saying hello to a brand new island, which I'm hoping it is a brand new island, not. I know everyone has been saying that people theorize it's going to be half of Chapter 2 and half of Chapter 3 put together, but I hope it's not like that. Like, I hope it's not just, let's just take the two islands and glue them together. Like, I hope it would be a different shape, but maybe the same POIs, like, in that sense. But what I'm personally hoping is I kind of want it to be a completely fresh island with mostly new POIs.
Okay.
And maybe even bigger POIs. I would love to see, like, big city kind of thing out there.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, big city. But yeah, I definitely agree. I personally think there'll be some sort of form of connection with like previous maps that we've had, but one big majority of it will be new. I've said this so many times that I think it's going to be a combination of a half of the Chapter 2 map and this island, like, connected together. But could be wrong. It could all be fresh and new because Fortnite wants to obviously keep up the pace of bringing more people in. So who knows what could happen? If it's a whole different map with completely new POIs, I will be so surprised. Or maybe not. But we'll see. Of course I will. What am I saying? But yeah, it's sad really to see this island go early. I will admit.
Yeah,
but
we've only been here for a year, and I'd say this island has changed more than the Chapter 2 island did in the time we've had it.
Yeah, I will admit, like, so much has been happening this chapter, honestly. So much, so much more I guess, like, so many more events, like, not like live events, but like just events in general has been happening. It's been very, like, eventful this chapter.
Like
so many things have been happening.
Every single
Fortnite's
POI
been more...
has pretty much had at least a change in some regard.
Yeah. And I guess, like, Fortnite in general has been more, like, active with what, like, the players want and how, what flow they want to go for in a way. And I like how this chapter they were being more... I can see they were being more experimental in a way,
Yeah.
Which is what I liked about it. But yeah. Like, even though this is, like, only 4 seasons, this is, like, by far, I think, one of the most active chapters that we've had yet, honestly.
Yeah.
I would have been keen to see, like, how it would be if it went on for a bit longer, but maybe that's how they planned it since the start, because 4 seasons is probably what they had in mind since the beginning. But
yeah,
man,
if you had to say what was your favorite season,
my favorite season. What was my favorite season? Season 2.
Why is that?
Because there was definitely a lot going on in that. We had the tanks, which were really fun to use. There were... The whole war theme was quite fun. The blimps as well was really good. The parkour theme, like, mechanic came into play. And of course the collider. And the big event at the end, the collision, which was, like, for now, my favorite event ever. So compiling all of that together, after what I've experienced, I'd say this just might be my favorite season. Resistance. Unless if this live event makes up for this season. Oh, I mean, not that it was a bad season. I really enjoyed the season too, but you never know. This live event might make...
I have been hearing that the file size for Fracture is supposed to be, like, one of the biggest events.
Really?
Yeah. It's like
really?
900 megabytes or something like that.
Oh, bloody hell.
And fun enough, Chapter 2's final event was only like 120 or something like that.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah.
So I hope this event that's coming up is going to be at least more than 10 minutes. That's my prediction. I want it to be like a bit more longer, like the longest one we've had, to get like a big chunk of story out of the way, you know?
Yeah.
Because it might be the end of the main story of Fortnite with the 7 and all that. That's what people have also been talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, season 2 is my favorite season. What about you?
Yeah, okay, so I would have to say aesthetically season 3.
Yeah.
Because I loved the vibing area and the reality
Yeah, it was
section.
oh yeah,
That was great.
it was such a good season. Yeah.
Gameplay wise,
The roller coaster?
I was feeling a bit burnt out like halfway through that season because of just how, understandably, they were on summer break and all that, and we had like a month of like no quests or anything like that. It did kind of feel like season 3 and 4's season 4, season 3 and 4's plot progression wasn't as like, how am I trying to say it? Like the build-up didn't really feel there. It was there, but it was a bit too quick, I felt. Not bad, but it could have been a little better. But I would have to say season 1 for me, because it was such an exciting time for me. Like, it was completely fresh thing for me, because you've already experienced losing one map, and like twice now. You've had the Chapter 1 map go, you've had the Chapter 2 map go. For me, I've only had Chapter 2 to have for a couple of years, and then it was on to here, and that was such a fucking exciting time. And you can definitely, like, if you go and rewatch, like, episode 2, 3, and 4 of the F-Team, you can definitely tell there was, like, a different feel to those ones, because it was just so fucking exciting.
Yeah, Vibing was definitely my second favorite season, because obviously there was so much to do in that season. You know, Dragon Ball, the Kamehamehas and all that.
Dragon Ball, that was a high point as well.
Yeah, very high point, very high point. Yeah, I got the Goku skin as well during that time.
I got almost
and of
the
course,
entire
Drift.
set.
Sorry?
I got almost the entire set except for like the gliders.
And of course, Drift. Good old Drift appeared in the trailer
Yeah.
with that collab. Yeah. Yeah.
That actually goes quite well with it.
Yeah.
If you've reached the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It was a lot of fun to put this video together to say goodbye to Chapter 3, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of my content, please leave a like and feel free to subscribe. A goal of mine for my channel is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and I really hope I can hit that milestone at some point and keep making content like this. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you later.